Halloween, I am appropriately wearing a Hocus Pocus shirt. Let's do a Halloween book tag. I looked through many Halloween bookish tags. I was going to do the same book tag that I did last year. I will leave that link down below for you if you're interested. I can't remember which one that is off the top of my head now. I think it was, yeah, I think it was like the Halloween book tag. I can't remember. I'm going to leave it down below. But I did find one that piqued my interest just a little bit more, so we're going to do that one. It is the Halloween movie book tag. There are a couple different ones out there. I think there's like a horror movie one as well. I will, as always, leave the questions in the description box below for you, as well as all the books that I will talk about today will be linked down below for you as well. Let's go ahead and get into the Halloween movie book tag. I shouldn't do that, but we're gonna. Question number 1. Halloweentown. Do you guys remember Halloweentown? Like, or am I aging myself right now? Okay. Halloweentown. A book with a magical setting. The Vampire Academy series, and specifically the, what is it? The subsequent, the follow-up series to that, which is Bloodline, because it deals with like alchemy and witches and all kinds of stuff. Definitely set in like our time, but in our time there are vampires and magical creatures. Bloodlines. It made me think of it like almost immediately. This was not one that was not hard. And honestly, like, I don't know why. I know that like I'm not in a YA genre like era, but these series, they call to me so much. I know I talk about it a lot, but it's a good series, and it's got a Russian teacher in it, which makes me think of, okay, moving on. Question number 2, the Sanderson Sisters. A book with a revenge plot. Okay, bear with me, okay, because I feel like these were made by like, I feel like a lot of book tags were made like with YA in mind. So I'm trying to bring in, you know, our genre, the romantic, the dirty, dark genre. Anyway, okay. I thought of Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas because Misha kind of wants to get a little bit of revenge on Ryan when he realizes who she is, right? Right? I mean, come on, you can kind of see it, right? I mean, he gets his revenge too in the backseat of a car. That's hot. That was a hot scene. Okay. But yeah, Ryan and Misha, man, I'm telling you, like, I've read this twice. I've read Birthday Girl 3 times. I always read like Birthday Girl, and then it makes me want to read Punk 57 because like that's how I read it, like when I first read it. They get better each time. This was so good. And I am in the middle now. I am reading the Devil's Night series, and I forgot that Misha is Will's cousin. So it's like one big happy family. Okay. Question number 3. This is fun. Question number 3. The Haunted Mansion. If you like this, try this. Okay, I am not going to lie. These types of things are really hard for me. I would love to do a video for you guys of if you liked this book, try this book, because I love watching those. I'm not very good at it. I'm not very good. This question stumped me. So bear with me here. I think I may have done it, but we'll see. So if you liked The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, then try Hawk by Jessie Hall. Okay. This is why. So, because they like seemingly hate each other, but I don't know, man. There's like something about like that hate to lust to love that just is angsty, and that gives that like sometimes slow burn, but like the angst, like the challenge of it. And then also like with the hating game, like he was playing with her, right? And Cameron Hawk kind of does the same thing, but like to another degree, right? It's like if you like the hating game, then you'll like this one, but it's like amped up a bit and it's spicy and it's sexy and oh my god, I can't praise this book enough because my boy Cameron Hawk. Okay, I may have done that justice. You'll have to let me know. Like, did I do a if you like this, then you'll like this justice? Does that okay? Question number 4: The Addams Family, a book with loads of family drama. Okay, this one I had a couple different answers, but I really tried this time not to double up my answers and also try to pick books that I don't always pick. But I didn't double up my answers. However, I have talked about this series a little bit. I'm not going to hold up all of the books because there's 4 books in the series. Oh my god, did I hurt my book? She's good. I didn't hurt her. No bent pages. I guess I got excited. Okay. The Something in the Way series by Jessica Hawkins. Loads of family drama because it's like a forbidden love. So Lake and Manning, there is like a huge age gap. I've talked about this before. I can't remember how many years. Like 4, if 3 to 5 years max. But she meets him pretty young. Like that age group. It is a little bit young. Like, you know, when you meet somebody, you're 25 and they're 30, like not that big of a deal. But when you're like 15 or 16 and he's 20, 21, like that's, you know what I mean? So it's like that. But then he ends up dating her sister to be in her life. And she is infatuated with him and wants to be with him, and he wants to be with her, but he's with the sister. And then in the subsequent ones, like they get together, it's a big old mess. And then the father and the mother get involved, and it is family drama. So there you go. So question number 5, Twitches. Y'all remember that one too? Twitches. Question. Why is my, hold on y'all. Okay, here we go. Book featuring sisters. Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. Cora and her sister. I can't remember her sister's name. I don't have time to look. I'm not going to look. Cora and her sister. It's not primarily about sisters. However, Cora gets kidnapped with her sister's fiance, and they get tortured, and then there's a bit of trauma bonding in it. Sisters. I immediately thought of this one. But also, Something in the Way series. They're sisters. Moving on. Question number 6. Practical Magic. Such a good movie, by the way. I need to watch that. A book featuring a curse. The Elite King series by Amo Jones. So, it's a curse to be a female in this family because they're going to kill you. They ain't allowed to have females. And then also later on in the series, which we're not going to like spoil it for anybody because if you haven't read the Elite King series, first off, fantastic. Oh, I love this series. These characters live in my head. They live in my head. But later on in the series, there's like this secretive island and there's some shit going down there too. Like not, you know, not curse, like magic curse, but it is a curse. So there's that. Question 7, Casper, a TBR book that is haunting you. Okay, legitimately, like every single one is haunting me. There is so much that I have on my TBR that I want to read, but I'm on the edge of getting out of this slump that I've been in, and it's just, I am not reading as fast as I typically do. However, Hopeless, like I have it. Why haven't I read it? I want to read it. the Mindfuck series by S.T. Abbey, like, that is haunting me. What else is haunting me? So many things. I mean, you should see the list. I have a TBR. It's horrible. It's a lot. We're going to move on to that because then I'm just going to get, like, in a further slump. Clue. Another great movie. I need to watch that one too. Have you guys watched that one? With, like, Tim Curry and the Cinderella. Okay. Clue. A twist you didn't see coming. Reckless by Elsie Silver. Okay, so like, you all have read this book, so, but bear with me. So I was so confused in the beginning. If you know, you know what I'm talking about. It all writes itself, and it writes itself pretty quick. There was like 10 minutes that I was legitimately like, I got a bad copy. Something happened in the book. I'm missing some shit. I was legitimately confused. I know that's not, like, maybe, like, not the twist that they're talking about, but, like, it was a twist to me. Like, it was the first book that I thought of that I was, like, legitimately like, wait, what just happened? And again, if we are at number 9, which is Beetlejuice, a book featuring the undead. Again, this one was really hard for me too, because all I kept thinking was, like, YA? Like, I have books that I read that have the undead, and then there was something that I thought of, but I can't talk about that book because it's a huge spoiler for the book. If you think you know what I'm talking about, leave it in the comments below. But then I was like, Twilight. I don't want to be conventional. I wanted to think outside the box. But it is a YA book because, honestly, like, that's, like, legitimately, like, all I can think about. And it is a duology. It's the Dark Days Club and the Dark Days Pact. This is by Allison Goodman. I don't even think I finished this. I know I read this one. I got, like, halfway through this one. It is a good series, though. It's just, this was, like, at the end of my YA era, where I started to, like, go down the adult romantic avenue. But this deals with, it's, like, set in the 1800s, I believe. 18, so it's, like, historical as well. Ooh, which is good for, never mind, that's another story. Or another question. It's been a while, y'all. It's, like, in the 1800s, she is, perceived to be a lady, so she's got, like, the servants and all that, but she has this, like, magical ability. Basically there's, like, demons, and she becomes a demon hunter, and then there is, like, a society of demon hunters, and this whole new world opens up to her because, who knew that demons were real? But then she becomes, like, think Bridgerton, but with, like, demons. There you go. The undead. Question number 10. Tim Burton, a book, series, or author you associate with Halloween. Okay, really, I think of Penelope Douglas because the Devil's Night series. I think of Pam Godwin because she's, like, super dark. Then again, Alma Jones, Elite King series, Sicko, Wicked, just, like, she's dark. Who else am I thinking? Oh, H.D. Carlton, Satan's a Bear. Like, just, that's who I associate. Question number 11. Coraline, recommend a middle grade story. Okay. Even when I was in my YA phase, I did not read a lot of middle grade. So I do have a suggestion, but I haven't read it. So, like, growing up, I was really into, like, mysteries. When I first started reading, I read some contemporary, but I really loved, like, rewind. I really loved psychological thrillers, mystery, suspense, all that. And I think that stemmed from my days early on where I loved Nancy Drew. I actually used to have quite a collection of the original Nancy Drew books, which I really miss. But going off that, I had started, like, an Amazon wish list for my daughter, and she's only 5 years old. But one middle grade-ish book that I found, it's a series. I think there's only 3 books in the series now, but it reminds me of Nancy Drew. It's called the Agatha Audley book series. So Agatha is 13 years old and she loves to be a detective, but she also lives in London. So she is like the Nancy Drew of London, and they just look really cute. So I don't know. That is, although I have not read them, I have my eye on them. Last question is question number 12, The Nightmare Before Christmas. This is a book that blends genres. This one, just like if you like this, then you might like this book. This was really hard for me. Like, I almost was like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Do I read books that blend genres? I don't know. So then I was trying to think of like a suspenseful romance, but like that didn't seem right. I don't know. I think I may have gotten it right. Again, like the previous book, I haven't read this book. This actually could be a TBR book that is haunting me as well. It is Sea of Ruin by Pam Godwin. Why haven't I read this? I don't know. I wanted to read the physical copy. I have the physical copy in my hands. Like, why haven't I read this? I really need to get to it. However, I feel like this may answer the question because it is a dark romance. It's a historical fiction. There's a bit of fantasy. They're pirates. So you've got like passion and pirates and swashbuckling, and are there battles? I don't know because I haven't read it, but I feel like it answers the question. So I'm going with Sea of Ruin by Pam Godwin. It blends genres. And that is it. That is the, what's it called? The Halloween movie book tag. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Happy Halloween. Please be safe if you're going out tonight. If not, are you staying in? Are you watching one of these movies that we talked about today? If you're watching a movie, tell me what you're watching. If you're reading a book, tell me what you're reading. Like I said, the questions and all the books that we've talked about today are down below in the description box for you. I will see you guys next time. Happy Halloween. Until next time, happy reading. Bye.